Welcome back, folks, to Midwest Linux Gaming. I'm your host, as usual, as always, and forever, Stompin' Llama. And today, we have a demo for a game called Sprawl 0. We've got some big, and I mean relatively big, games coming up, and the expected set of demos, so I figured we'd throw in another one, another slightly smaller demo for a slightly less well-known game. I mean, that is to be expected. There we go. That'll be slightly better. Still tweaking the visuals to be a little bit more screen accurate. It was a little bright. I'm hoping, I'll be checking, that Neo and any other darker games don't suffer from that problem. That's much more accurate. There we go. That's a much better contrast, much more accurate to what I see. So, Sprawl 0, I don't know much about it at all. It's their only... Oh no, that's not their only game. They had apparently their first game? Was that their first game? Was it Sprawl? Yeah, the first game was Sprawl, obviously. For some reason I've got it unignored on Steam, and I don't know why. Again, another sci-fi shooter. I'm not sure why I have that unignored. There had to have been a reason. We'll have to see how it actually looks and everything. It's coming soon, quote unquote. I'm assuming that this is probably one I saw on YouTube somewhere, Sprawl 0. Or this may have been one I saw on Facebook, I'm not entirely certain. But I definitely saw it somewhere along the lines. And generally, those are, oddly enough, some of the places I see demos. I don't know why Facebook ads are showing up and showing me game demos that are actually kind of interesting. They just are. Because that's just how that works, I guess. Especially as you get slightly older. We'll have to see. I don't think I had a demo of the original Sprawl we've played, but I'll have to go back through the archives. I don't have all the demos that I've played listed in many places. I don't have a master list. I'm still compiling that one. When you've been doing this for a while and you don't start the list right off the bat, it's a backlog of trying to figure out what you've played and what you haven't. It really is. Apparently this was a Next Fest demo that got kept up, so that's kind of interesting. They normally don't do that. But, let's have a look, shall we? 3 different modes. 20% damage for those who would like story mode. That's to be expected. That's a significant decrease in damage. I mean, 20% damage. Yeah, unstoppable golem of death. Yeah. Formidable, that's the average one, 100% damage. And martyr, 200% damage. Let us begin. higher rarity weapon, so there's rarities in these. Interesting. You're redacted. The shadows grow long for the human race. Endless wars, natural cataclysms, and rampant disease have left a fractured world paralyzed by the illusion of order. The last surviving state is governed by men kept long life well past their natural lifespans, consumed by a bottomless paranoia. The world is broken, yet unable to imagine an alternative. Humanity blindly maintains the facade of a functioning society. The delusion has become a self-fulfilling prophecy. The simulation is our reality. Huh. Very Deus Ex. That is very Deus Ex. I mean, any of them, with the Council of the Illuminati, or MJ-12, depending on the particular Deus Ex.
Five, can you hear me? Good. My name is Elida, your commanding officer for this operation.
Oh.
We're deploying you to a suspected rebel compound. Find a way inside.
Find the stolen research chemicals. Locate an MIA squad leader. The compound, the Mago Day compound. Regroup with Junta forces. Okay.
The Imago Day captured an experimental augment that interfaces with your systems. Locate it. Their biometric signals faded hours ago. Find out what happened to our recon team.
Oh.
Penetrate the religious fanatic stronghold. Leave no survivors.
I'll kill everyone, okay.
Once primary targets are eliminated, proceed to the designated extraction point for recalibration.
Execute.
Bullet time. And when in bullet time, they automatically magnetize.
Memory is the phantom. Autonomy is the fall. Enact the directive. Truth is the symbol. Hesitation is the death. Execute. All those fancy toys won't save you. Let's hope you don't run into her again.
The movement. Controls. There we go. Sensitivity down a bit. Still needs to come down. It still seems a bit fast to my liking. Let's decrease bounce sensitivity. Okay, that's a little too slow. Let's try 3. I think that was aim down sight sensitivity. Put that back up there. Oh, that's much better. There's motion blur. Field of view is a little narrow for my like. Let's bring it up to 105. Looks like they don't have any motion blur as options. That's fine, I suppose. Okay, 105. That's that just made motion blur worse. Okay. put it back down to 90.
We lost contact with our recon team several hours ago. I'll display the last known location of their captain.
Did you hear? Are you serious? Yeah, Hackman is not fucking around this time. Blocking those religious nutjobs have intercepted shipments.
God, you can slide forever.
It's not a, just stay out of his way.
Okay, you can dive too. Codex entry, huh? I didn't mean to kill him, but... That's what happens when you don't, when you get in my way. Vault over them.
For your crimes against God, you have been judged and found guilty. No. Please, just wait. Just wait.
That poor, poor grunt. That's a shame. Okay, there it is. That was not the button I wanted to hit. Okay, so you can throw at enemies.
These rebels are Imago Dei, religious fanatics. Use extreme prejudice and wipe them all out.
I believe that is Latin for image of God.
Find it.
I believe. Relic fragment. Inside the reliquary. They appear to have engaged. That appeared to have had a pretty big impact on us. It's a well-modeled shotgun.
Interfaces with your limbic reward implant, granting you higher perception. There are others like this elsewhere in Sprawl. Keep an eye out. This place is crawling with Imago Dei. Find their compound and wipe them out.
Aha, I knew there'd be a secret. Another codex entry. Ah. Okay, that's just where that is. I'll admit, it has good music and it has good vibes. There's a thing in there. But how? I can see that. But I cannot access it. A tier 3 submachine gun. Okay, further is that way. But of course not. Oh, tier 4 rifle. Oh, that's a Vulcan. Infiltrate. Somehow I don't think infiltrate is the right word for what we've been doing. I blew up that vehicle. Accidentally. It's definitely got the graphics of it definitely has the, again, does encourage you to use your time. Especially since we've got a pretty decent rifle of all things. Almost looks like that's some way we could go. Almost. And graphically, it's not a bad looking game. That much is certain. Oh! Apparently I can nearly crush myself. Very nearly crushed myself. Unfortunately, we're now down to the basic pistol again. And the whole throwing your weapon to instead of reloading it is, it's pretty interesting as far as mechanics go. However, the fact you can't sprint while holding something in the gravity gloves is, it feels like a minor oversight, to be honest. Like, it feels like something you should be able to do. Like you get one... Another relic fragment. Like you get one chance with a specific weapon, and it's like, huh. And you can just throw them. It's actually quite an interesting setup. Nope, out of ammo. And the whole having to slow down time in order to recoup health, that works good too. It encourages you to use bullet time in ways and times you might not consider normally. The fact you just blow things up with your gravity is just... kinda neat too, let's be honest. Ah, tier 1. Tier 1 pistol, not concerned about that.
The Imago Day compound is just up ahead. Expect heavy resistance.
As if we haven't had resistance yet. Oh, have we already... Okay, we've already apparently completed our objectives. Somehow that seems like that went faster than it should have, but huh. Where was that? Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, where's the objective? Over here. Just blow the door off. It is a degree of megacity. The directive. The fact that I feel we are going to be betrayed is an unfortunate feeling. It's the primary infantry rifle for their insurgency. And they are quite a useful weapon, and there's lore here. The fact that this is screaming betrayal imminent is just...
Find your way out of the underground. We need you back in action. The Imago Dei have covertly seized a critical train yard logistics hub ahead. Take it back. Sever their supply lines by destroying the train tracks. Crippling this network will starve their forces in Sprawl. Rebel air support is disrupting our operations. Make your way to the facility in order to recover another augment to your systems. This will allow you to fight back.
Now let us begin.
Execute.
Well, that's
5.
ominous.
Diagnostic readings are acceptable. You need to proceed. Rebel air support is disrupting our ability to engage priority targets. There is an experimental upgrade for your systems at an abandoned corporate facility in this area. You must locate it.
An abandoned
Hesitation
facility.
leads to death. Execute.
More fragments. That was someone ahead. Another codex entry. Image of God, I was correct. Mega technological insurgency. Old Europe. The cult operates on a highly based agnostic belief system. Okay. Physical and spiritual cage. The Helix. Okay. Gravity shield. Q to activate. Okay. And actually defensive one.
The installation is beyond a train yard that we believe has been covertly sieged. This is a perfect opportunity to infiltrate, gather intel, and disrupt their operation. Make your way there.
Infiltrate again is the term they use for just kill everything that moves. Ooh, that's an SMG. Ah. Just try that again, I guess. Okay. Yes, I'm well aware of what the shield does. Nah, of course. How far is that gonna take me back? Not that far, all things considered. There we go. Shotgun. I think that'll work pretty good. Though I do prefer the rifle. Okay, it says train yard's over that way. Abomination. Huh. Find it kind of interesting that they call us that. That's a... kind of a specific name. Of course, if they're viewing humans as kind of a very big thing. That was a bit unfortunate, to be honest. That shotgun appears to be, shoots fire. Like literal fire. Ooh. I thought I saw more faces over there. I could have. Could be my eyes playing tricks on me. But somehow I think not.
This was once a derelict chemical processing plant. The Imago Dei have seemingly gotten it operational again. They are most likely distributing this unstable gas to their base of operations. This intel will help us pinpoint it.
Unstable chemicals, you say? Shotgun. So we got nothing better. Never mind, we have a Tsar. Gaussian shotgun? Not a fan of the shotguns. The fact that we're seen as an abomination, that would make sense. And we are known as a golem. I mean, did almost murderize that man with the box. I heard someone shooting at me. They didn't last very long. I mean, that shotgun did destroy that cover, which is an interesting mechanic I wouldn't expect to see, to be honest.
Autonomy is the flaw. Execute.
Autonomy is the flaw. And I'll say the music is pretty good, too. That'll do good in these tight quarters. Wow. That is powerful. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. That is obscene. The fact you can only carry the one weapon. Yeah. We'll take the shotgun. It doesn't have the most ammunition, but should suffice. There we go. Took that thing down. Was a minorly annoying thing, though the shield does come in handy. We definitely didn't need that much health. Good lord. I'm now in the train yard.
You've located the train yard. You need to derail that train. That will disrupt their ability to distribute resources throughout the Sprawl and open up a path to the military facility up ahead.
No one knows what goodies they might be hiding in these trains. 35 on that SMG. That shotgun was obscene. I thought the regular shotgun was obscene. Nope, that one was even worse. Even more obscene. The blessed version. Blue rifle. There we go. I was like, huh. Oh, it seems to be all over here. That's over here. More Deimoses. Okay, that is apparently not the way we need to go. Fine. Well, we did just lose most of our health. There we go. Oh, this just leads back here. My bad, my bad. That just leads in a circle. Huh. I've discovered a circle. Okay. Oh, are you kidding? It is not kidding. I don't even know what kind of weapon that dropped over there. Ooh, a purple. A purple minigun. Hey! Minigun. Oh, well, this is gonna be fun. Assuming we can properly get to where we need to go. Ah, there he is. And that did kind of seem to work. Many, of our own soldiers dead. Well, that's not good. They're fast, but they're not... They can't outrun our auto-target... Mostly auto-target... system. Ouch. That was a lot of them. And being melee, there's not really much we can do about them. Machine spawn. That is one way to describe us. Interesting combination of religious iconography there. Not the greatest set of options, but an interesting set, to be honest.
Proceed onto the tracks now, 5. Make it to the facility.
Enact the directive. Execute.
Thought I blew that door up. Interesting set of choices.
5. We're getting notes again. Hostile air support imminent. Do not engage. I repeat, do not engage.
That is a problem.
That rebel chopper has put the facility in lockdown. There's an alternate access point in the back. Get there now.
Do not engage as I just blow it up. You were saying? Ah, still in lockdown. It's a shame that all the healing immediately attracts to you. That is pretty minor disappointment, because that doesn't let you stockpile health for later if you need to.
Five, get up now.
And that's about where I'd expect the demo to end. Honestly, I like the vibes. Like, the vibes are really good. Like, really good. They're on point for that kind of dystopian Deus Ex, but a shooter thing. The mechanics seem pretty good. And if the original Sprawl was anything like that, which it probably was, you know, of a similar nature, that could be exceptionally good. No way of knowing, of course. It's only the original Sprawl is only 15 on Steam, and the soundtrack was really good in this demo. So I'm assuming if the original Sprawl had a soundtrack of any similar quality, it's worth checking out. Interesting in that you constantly are cycling weapons because you only get one clip of ammunition at all times, which is always kind of interesting. It's definitely a very good FPS as far as I'm concerned. Maybe a little on the easy side, which is probably why they give you immediate access to the 200% damage. But even that'd be pretty good. If you did just want to experience the story and everything, that's why they give you the easy mode. And unlike a lot of things, they actually tell you exactly how much damage you're gonna take. Not all of them will give you that exact number breakdown. And the world definitely interesting. Very Illuminati controlling the world type deal. Even with the 2 powers we had, the slowdown time, that is extremely useful. And with the whole getting your health back via that, because otherwise it encourages you to use it quite a bit. As well as the homing of the bullets. It really encourages you to use that a lot. Even then, you still can die pretty quickly. That's why you need to constantly be recovering your health. And they give you an easy way to do that with that. I'm less convinced about the shield power, but that might just be a me thing and how I was playing. Like, no doubt it could be more useful than that, but there's no guarantees. But I guarantee that's probably pretty decent. Literally... Literally not a lot else on the page about like when they're gonna be releasing it. It's probably no idea. Hopefully this year. Honestly, I'd be interested in checking out the original Sprawl, and I might do that at some time. Because it definitely looks like it could be kind of interesting. Although that one seems to be just more of a much more of a Twitch shooter, you know, that kind of thing, as opposed to this one, which was definitely more of a callback to the 2000s era shooters. You know, things like Fear and so forth. But definitely with the cyberpunk aesthetic. Honestly, I'd like to see more. I'll definitely have to keep an eye on this one as it comes out, and hopefully it comes out at a pretty decent price. So this is definitely one I'm going to be keeping my eye on. As it is, it's definitely going to be worth keeping an eye out on. Check it out. Their demo's still out. I think this was the Next Fest demo, and it's one of those few Next Fest demos that just stayed up. Why? I don't know. As most people take down their Next Fest demo once the fest is done. This one doesn't seem to have done that, which is good. I really appreciate it when a demo, even a limited time demo, is kept up, because not all of us get to them in time. There's so many games often in any Next Fest, you're not going to be able to play all the ones you want to play. And that's one of my issues with the Next Fest system. I mean, I get it. I do. But as someone who works a decent amount outside of this, it's like, there's no way I have time to play all the demos I want to and the games I normally play. It's like, come on. Just leave them up just a little bit longer. Just a little bit. But again, that was Sprawl 0. Check it out on Steam. This is their second game that these developers have made. They seem to have gotten the aesthetic down well. Again, the textures, maps, and everything, this was very clearly... I'd say those textures were on par with what you'd see in like a Half-Life 2 or things of that era, you know. Early 2010s or so, which is perfectly acceptable for a game that's going to be fast-paced like that. No one's going to be examining, you know, pixel peeping textures. That's ridiculous to do. You know, they were detailed enough and more than enough for what they were, and the aesthetic was spot on for what they were going for, which is a type of megalopolis that's kind of industrial in the cyberpunk sense. After all, how much does industry change? Very slowly do industrial things change. Very slowly. And concrete is concrete is concrete. Let's be honest. But anyway, we'll see you all next time on Saturday, 2 p.m. for more Neo 2. God, we really need to accelerate on that. September is coming up far too quickly. As is October. Already halfway through the year. Where has time gone? We'll see you next time.